Let's talk about four-wheel drive systems real quick. We're looking at a Dana 44 axle and a 76 Ford Bronco. So what happens when you're inside the car and let's say you're stuck, or you think you might get stuck, or you're going on the beach or whatever, and you put that thing, you grab that lever and put it into four-wheel drive. So that's transferring some motion, usually via chain drive. This is a Dana 20 transfer case. So it's going to make that front drive shaft start to spin, which is sending energy and motion into the differential, so the pinion and the ring gear start to turn, and that's transferring energy and motion into the axle shaft. So this is a stub shaft. Okay, essentially your axle, that's it right there. It's the end of the axle that I'm spinning. So if you hop in the car right now and put it in four-wheel drive and push the gas pedal, in gear, this is going to start moving. So here's the hub. This is a locking hub. It's a manually locking hub. So if you're in the car and you put it in four-wheel drive, but you do not hop out of the car and spin this dial to the lock position, those are your two options. You can freewheel, or you can lock the hub out. If you do not lock it, then you're making the axle move, but that's not actually transferring any energy to the wheel. Okay, so from here, this little cog right here with these splines, this mates to your hub, and that's where your rotor and the wheel and everything is bolted together, basically forming one piece. But you can spin this. Someone could hop in the car and put it in gear and four-wheel drive and floor it, and I can hold this. It's not going to turn. Okay, the axle is going to turn, but the hub and the wheel and stuff is going to be stationary until you lock it. Now you hear it. You can hear the axle turning. Here, now we're going to see it. So this is the axle. I'm turning it by hand. If I go back into free, I just clicked it back into free. Now it doesn't turn. The inverse holds true. If you floor it right down four-wheel drive, I can hold this still. If I were to lock it out and you floor it in four-wheel drive, I better take my hands off because this is going to turn. So how does that work? Well, let's see. We'll split the hub apart. So we can see now we've got more gears. So we got this one that goes on the axle, but now you see this one spins. The axle doesn't move, but this moves. So when this is spinning in four-wheel drive, it has to turn this one. See all these teeth right here? These teeth have to engage this cog, and that only happens when you put it in lock position. See, it's going to thrust this cog set onto this little sprocket, and that's going to transfer motion here, which is going to continue that motion and carry it here and move that hub or the rotor in your wheel. And that's pretty simple. So if you ever get this stuff gummed up, I've had a couple of cars where I had to, use a pair of pliers or something to turn that. I couldn't do it by hand. You can just take them apart, clean them, re-grease them, stick them back together, and off you go.